Good morning and welcome to the Killik & Co market update. We've had a couple of good bits of economic data in the last week. Firstly, this morning we've had confirmation that the UK economy avoided falling into recession in the final quarter of last year. A recession is officially defined as 2 consecutive quarters of falling GDP, with GDP being the total value of goods and services produced in a country within a particular time period. We knew that the UK economy had shrunk in the third quarter of last year, and we've been waiting for the data for the fourth and final quarter. That was published this morning, and it showed that the UK economy grew by 0% in that final quarter. That's not a negative number, and therefore it means that we've just avoided falling into recession. Clearly, our rate of growth is way below where we would like it to be, but the fact that we've avoided that recession label hopefully will be good news for sentiment. Also in the last week, we've had the latest non-farm payrolls data from the US, which came out late last Friday. The non-farm payrolls are a way of measuring the number of people in work in the US. The data for January was expected to show that the US economy had added less than 200,000 jobs during the month, but in actual fact, the economy added 517,000, way ahead of expectations, and suggesting that the US economy is in slightly better shape than previously thought. Also this week, there have been lots of headlines about BP and Shell, both of which have reported very strong results due to high oil and gas prices. In fact, both companies have reported their best ever sets of results this week, and that's quite something given that BP has been around for 114 years and Shell has been around for 115 years. Here we've got the share price chart comparing both share prices in percentage terms over the last 20 years. We've got BP in the pink there, and you can see that big drop in the price in the middle when the Deepwater Horizon spill happened. However, more recently, the performance of both shares has been more similar. BP and Shell collectively account for over 13% of the UK's FTSE 100 index, so the strong performance of BP and Shell helped to push the performance of the FTSE 100 to a new intraday record high this week. There's been a lot of focus on artificial intelligence or AI recently, and last month in this video we looked at some comments from Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, and he said that some areas of technology might experience slightly slower growth over the next couple of years, but that he still considered AI to be a big growth area. The shares in companies that make the chips for AI applications have certainly had a good run recently. Here we've got the share price chart for ASML, and here we've got the share price chart for Nvidia, and you can see that both of these shares have roughly doubled since October last year. One of the reasons AI has been in the news this week is that Google announced its new AI chatbot, which is called Bard. And Google showed Bard answering the question, "What new discoveries from the James Webb Space Telescope can I tell my 9-year-old about?" And Bard came up with 3 answers, as you can see here. And the last answer was that the telescope took the first pictures of a planet outside of our solar system. But unfortunately, many astronomers were quick to point out that this answer is not correct. Following this rather failed demonstration of its AI chatbot, the share price performance of Alphabet, Google's parent company, was actually strongly negative, with the shares falling by over 7%. So that shows that investors clearly believe AI to be very important. Moving on to have a look at next week, we've got results out from Airbnb, Barclays and Nestle. That's it from us. Enjoy the weekend, and we'll see you next Friday.